confused on who this guy is.
Hey, y'all. Happy Friday. How are you? How are you guys doing? Hey, Lakeisha. Lakeisha was the first one. She wins the prize for being the first one. There is no prize. But anyway, y'all, welcome. I'm not even going to hold y'all with a long intro. I am Melissa Berrien of Real Talk with Melissa Berrien. Y'all already read from the title, okay? I have been wanting to do a reaction to this video. Shout out to Pocket Watching with the real accountant, JT. Listen, just as a setup, there are so many internet gurus and entertainers and financial planners and everybody that we see that tends to just have a whole lot of stuff going on, and they are claiming to be expert at it all. And this particular person that we're going to be unpacking today, Darius Cook, truth of the matter is, my mom and I, we talk about him. We follow him to a certain degree. I don't buy his products, but I find him entertaining to a certain degree. But even in him being entertaining, there has been some things that my mom and I have questioned. People have questioned about his business practices, how he moves financially. And so I wanted to do this video just in case there were some of you that wanted to go into business with him, wanted to buy some of his products. And here's the thing. It's very easy for people like Darius or anybody else that you're commenting on, for these entertainers or whatever, internet gurus, however you want to call them. It's so easy for them to come back and say, oh, Melissa's being a hater. Oh, this one's being a hater. They don't know business or whatever. You know what? All of that may be true. But one thing that I know that you can't scam is an actual accountant. And so that's what we're going to be unpacking today. The aspect, the angle from an actual accountant. And shout out to the young man, Azeez, who did the original video. So let me break it down for y'all. Y'all know, if you don't know who Darius Cooks is, it will show in the video. We're going to talk about that. Azeez's partner created a video, kind of unfolding, not even kind of. Listen, he got into some things with Darius Cooks as far as outlining who he is, what his business practices are, and everything. Now, here's the thing. I'm here simply for education purposes, because I know my spidey senses come up when it comes down to certain people, but I want to hear it from an accountant's point of view. They're selling all kind of products. Come here to do this, come here to do that. And you know what? I'm not trying to get in anybody's bag. However, if they are known or suspected of being a scammer, I'm coming for you. I'm coming at you from an actual accountant perspective of the business practices. And hold on to your seats, because MJ Harris is next. I'm tickled because, listen, I've been wanting to react to this for so long because, again, I'm entertained by Darius. Do I like his cooking? Have I done his recipes? No. But generally speaking, I'm entertained by him. I don't see him personally as a guru for a lot of stuff, but a lot of people do. And I wanted to bring this content to you guys because I wanted to make sure before you jump into any type of business with him, you have an open mind, but you have a clear understanding of who he is. And yes, everybody can be. I'm not going to give it away. So anyway, long story short, Azeez did a video. Shout out Azeez. Pocket Watching with JT, he did a review. And now I'm doing a review to bring to you guys so that we can unpack this. Because that way, no one can say, oh, Azeez is a hater. Melissa's just hating. We're demons. We're this, we're that. This is a real accountant telling you how internet business people on the internet should look and how they behave. Without further ado, let's get into this review. Again, this is Darius Cooks with Dining with Darius and a whole host of other things from an actual accountant's perspective.
Brother Azeez, what's going on, bro?
Okay, y'all. So this is Azeez. He's the one that did the original video. Now, the video that we're watching, that's Pocket Watching with JT. He's an actual accountant.
I'm blessed. Yourself?
Oh man, I'm doing great, man. I'm excited, man. You know, we talked earlier this week. I told you that I really liked the video that you did on Darius Cooks. It brought a lot of new information to me that I was not aware of, and I was like, man, I gotta share this with the rest of the Pocket Watchers. But before,
let me know. Leave a comment down below. Are you familiar with Darius Cooks? I am. Like, I haven't followed him for years. Like I said, I don't buy all his stuff or whatever, but let me see where my conversation needs to go. Are you at least familiar with Darius Cooks? And if you're catching the replay gang, leave me a comment down below as well.
we get into the video, before we get into Darius, I really want the Pocket Watchers to know who you are. I mean, you're extremely active on my channel, man. You've been rolling with me since a long time. All right. So, Pocket Watchers, we're gonna go and review this brother's video that he just got out. Now,
all right, the part that I fast forwarded through for the sake of time is the fact that Azeez did a video as a result of Darius Cooks appearing on another person's channel. And the person, the channel that he appeared on seemed to have a lot of problem with people assuming that they're scamming, paying people for views and stuff like that. So Azeez saw them on their channel and his antennas went up, and that's where this video began.
Go by his channel and
same thing here. Let's stay here. Let's get this commentary. But the link to Azeez's channel as well as JT's is linked down below. Shout out to you guys. If this video just happens to cross your desk.
I don't have time to do everybody. There's a lot of scammers out there, folks. A lot of scammers out there. I don't have time to do everybody. But this brother,
you know what? There's a lot of scammers out there. There's a lot of internet scammers out there. And again, it's very easy to attack content creators like myself who recognize something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't look right. But here's the thing. I'm not there. There's nothing that will take the place of the credibility of an actual accountant. And that's what I'm going to bring you guys. So let's go. Earn Your Leisure. That was the name of the channel that he was on and that got Azeez's attention. Let's get started.
We'll definitely get into that. But let's go, Pocket Watcher. Let's see what's going on with Mr. Darius Cooks.
Is so much scamming being mentioned around you. You know, what's interesting?
Right now, he's tripping. He's tripping. My wife would be pulling her hair out.
Listen, I'm pulling my hair out. I cannot stand to hear someone chew like that. Listen, I see your comments. We're going to get to them.
If she had to listen to this Negro smack on this food, oh my God. That's one of the things that would drive my wife insane. I don't know what he thinks he's doing, but let's go.
The people who are scammed out of money, out of whatever I scam them out of, where they at? Where they post that?
Where they post that? Where they at? And Tracy, your comment fits perfectly right here. Tracy says, Darius is too arrogant for me to watch. I thought he was shady after he got in trouble for his credit repair business. Listen, sis, keep watching.
So let's be clear. As he's making this claim that there's no real claims out there that he's being scammed, you have conveniently made the posts all around this guy's head of people who claim that they were scammed by Darius. Is that what we're seeing?
That's basically what we're saying.
Okay.
That's what we're saying.
All right. I just want to make sure we're clear here.
This stuff at? Why we ain't heard from them? Think about it. Then start shouting. Huh?
Once I saw popular chef, well known as Darius Cooks Williams, on Earn Your Leisure, it was only fitting, given that they've had other alleged scammers and fake gurus on their platform.
Now, listen, I don't know anything about that, okay? I don't know about any of that stuff. Content creators, vetting people, that's very, very important, especially if they're presenting themselves and having a story that's going to evoke someone to give services from them. So you have to make sure that these people are experts and have the backing to say, hey, I really did do this. I really did do that. Let's keep watching.
Completely honest with it, with you about it, sometimes you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get a good feel for somebody and then something might come out later on. And then I think you just got to take the steps at that point to correct it. If it's an issue, you know what I'm saying? Take it down.
Okay, so I looked all over YouTube and the internet for this episode of Earn Your Leisure with Jay Morrison. And this is all I could find. The video has been removed. In fact, any video with Earn Your Leisure and Jay Morrison can only be found on channels and pages.
Okay, so this isn't about Darius, but what the point is that they're saying is when it's been found that you have a scammer or an alleged scammer on your page after you've done the interview, after you've done the video, basically placing your stamp of approval on that person. What they're saying is they find that a lot of content creators just removes the video, but they never come back and say, hey, my bad, I'm looking out for my subscribers. And I want you to know that the person that I have featured on my channel, I no longer endorse. So if you've gotten services from these people, you're on your own. Basically something like that. And so what they're saying is in a previous case with someone else, Earn Your Leisure did not let their subscribers know that they were no longer affiliated or supported this person that they had on.
All right, real quick. That is probably one of the most top tier of my issues with these guys from Earn Your Leisure. Now, in the very early stages of their platform, I think the guys was doing an extremely great job.
Again, this is an actual accountant. This is not Melissa. This is not Azeez. This is an actual accountant. So let's listen to what he has to say.
Bringing in financial information to a community of people, like a segment of a community, not all Black people, obviously. I'm saying they were really targeting a segment of the community that was largely financially illiterate. Did a great job. But this is an issue that I have with these brothers.
Okay.
You just showed a clip that basically highlights that when Earn Your Leisure, when they find out that they introduce somebody through their platform, they introduce somebody who they think either doesn't measure up to the claims that they were making, or if they're caught doing things that are unethical or even scammy or even illegal, the most you get out of these brothers is they'll take the video down. There's no public statement of retraction. There's no statement of dis.
Leave a comment down below. Do you think that me as a content creator, those of us that are content creators, the people that you love and watch, leave a comment down below real quick. Thumbs up if you think that we owe it to you if somebody that we featured, a product that we featured, is no longer something that we endorse. Or is it just enough for us to remove the video? Leave a comment, leave a thumbs up if you're like, I'm okay with it. I'm not. I feel like I have a personal responsibility to come back and correct it. Thankfully, that has not an issue over here. But anyway, let's keep going.
Seeing yourself from that person. And here's my issue with that. My issue with that is most people on YouTube, and I got the analytics, I can see, after they watch a video, they don't go back and watch the video 100 times.
No.
Hell, they won't even watch the full video. They may watch maybe 10, 15 minutes of a 3-hour-long video and they're done. So if Earn Your Leisure takes the video down, that means absolutely nothing to the majority of people on YouTube. Because the majority of people on YouTube, they don't care if you take a video down after they watched it, because they're not going back and binge watching that video over and over again. So for the person who would see a video, let's take Jay Morrison, for example, because I did it too. I looked online to see if there's a video of Jay Morrison and Earn Your Leisure on YouTube. If you search right now, you're not going to find that video of Earn Your Leisure interviewing Jay Morrison on their platform.
And I think that's important to have. Okay, let me scooch up a bit.
That would be worse. But for those of you in the chat that are wondering, hey, that just came in and you want to know, hey, did you miss the Darius Cooks thing? No. We just getting into this. We just getting warmed up. Don't worry about it. We just getting warmed up.
Want to say I told you so, but I told you so.
And the comment section of the video in question that I saw a couple days ago already seemed to be hip to the ways of Mr. Darius Cooks, given the following statements. So, Nobody looked at this man's BBB report, Better Business.
So these are the comments on the video when Darius Cooks was on Before Your Leisure's platform. So again, I'm going to be doing a little bit of fast forwarding because I really don't want respectfully, Azeez, you did a very good job. But I want to hear what Pocket Watch has to say, because to me, that's what that's the meat and more reputable person, because we can have our opinions of what doesn't feel right, what doesn't look like right. But I want to see what the accountant says. So here we go.
Report. Let me just head out. OMG. Really though? Like, he was recently aired out on Twitter. So it's not like it was forever ago. I guess everyone really does have a price, because he has definitely done so many Black women in our community wrong. You can still pull up the court documents.
Okay, so here he's talking about the person leaving a comment is talking about the different things that different people he has scammed. So they're starting off with ripping off a Black woman. So we're going to go through it because we mentioned the fashionista in here. So there's a lot to this video. So hang on, let's see what the accountant has to say. The accountant's perspective is more impactful for sure, says Blind Guy, his wife, and their life. Well, let's finish getting the accountant's perspective.
SMH.
I thank God that I was blessed to be a thinking man.
I told y'all I edited all this out.
To be a thinking man. Because I didn't even know that this was going on.
So disappointed. They decided to showcase someone that's actively harming our community. So many other talented chefs they could have interviewed, but I digress. So nobody did research on this man. He has been making money from scamming. Disappointed, they featured a person accused of unsavory business practices, especially against our own people. One more. Why they got a scammer on this show?
That's the one, just plain and simple. Why they have a scammer on this show? So as you can see, Azeez is really, really breaking down, the different reviews, even from when Darius was on this show. That just had people popping in and leaving comments and going, hey, did they not do their research? So content creators, as you're bringing people on that you haven't, that you don't know, that don't necessarily have a body of work, a simple Google search will kind of help you, especially when it comes to someone that's saying, oh, I'm a millionaire, or, oh, let me help you do X, Y, Z, just as for your protection. All right, let's keep going. I want to fast forward. Y'all already know. All right, here we go.
How does that work? I'm confused. What the hell does he do?
So JT, the accountant, is like, okay, what is it that he actually does? People are complaining about credit repair. They're complaining about his cakes. They're complaining about all this stuff. But what is it that this guy actually does? Good point.
So basically, I'm sure this is how some people go about diversifying their income, right?
So Azeez is going to go in and talk about diversifying income. The accountant is already laughing.
Maybe getting some type of credit repair service could be a way for me to use my influence in this aspect as well.
Look at him taking his glasses off, y'all.
Who, like I mentioned before, actually dealt with $12,000 of credit card debt from a fake guru course.
Right.
So Azeez fell to a scam himself. So that is also a good perspective to add to this video. He fell a victim to a scam. So that is also why he's like, listen, I've paid for these gurus to fix my credit and to do all this. And guess what? Let's listen.
Why does everyone think that credit repair is just everybody? You could just wake up tomorrow and be a credit repair expert, which that part I don't get. Why would anyone ever take financial advice or credit repair advice from a celebrity cook?
That's it right there. Like, we honestly can end the video there, but I'm not, because there's so much more that comes from this. Why would you think that a celebrity cook would also be an expert in credit repair? This is a question from an actual accountant. Even though I had that question, even though other people have had that question, this is from an accountant.
Why? I don't get it. Why would someone do? I mean, maybe it's not meant for me to understand. I just don't. I don't get it. If he's a cook, the way that, to me, if he was a client of mine and he came to me and he was like, "Hey, JT, I'm looking for ways to diversify my income stream," I'd be like, "I bet we are going to try to find some vertical integrations in the world of you being a chef. Maybe we'll come out with different hats and aprons that you can sell." Then
Darius does that too.
we got cookbooks, and then we got maybe
he's got that too.
Videos, DVDs, or online course where we can do all of that. If he came to me talking about I want to do credit repair, man, I would have to fire him as a client. I was like, I wouldn't be able to associate myself with that brand. It doesn't make sense.
Especially when people talk about, oh, you can get bankruptcy removed. It's like,
right. That's not how this works.
Good point, Tanya. Tanya says it's the trend now. It is the trend. And, you know, a lot of things are trend. I'm going to tell you straight up. I am a licensed cosmetologist. I went to school for cosmetology and I have my license. Now, I don't practice. I have not practiced for years and my license is not active. However, nowadays, there are many self-taught beauticians that are practicing without a license, and that is the trend. Girls are getting their hair done, their nails done. I mean, they have whole Instagram businesses, and I agree it is a trend, but there's danger to that trend because a lot of times these self-taught people and everything, first of all, there's regulations, so it's absolutely illegal. Second of all, there are things that you learn in school and in in a formal setting that you won't learn on your own. So, and then, you know, the bottom line is trend or not, like, okay. Here we go.
Whatever. I mean, we'll get on.
He is exhausted with this.
Maybe later. Let's stay focused. We got to stay focused on Darius. What's going on?
He helped them. He still operates legally in other states in response to complaints saying some clients may have further damaged their own credit after he signed them on.
I don't want to go into like people's personal stuff because, you know, I'm bound to confidentiality, but that's typically what happens.
State records show both the credit repair business and one of the restaurants, Soul Crab ATL, lost its business licensing with the state last summer because of financial and compliance issues. Williams doesn't address the restaurant's record, but says the state judgment and
braiding is regulated differently. Blind Guy says, most of my braid stylists have not been licensed. Braiding is a completely different monster. That's something where kind of sort of like the internet, where when braiders came out, it is a very unregulated. You don't have, in other words, you don't have to be a cosmetologist to braid hair. In some states, they've gone after the quote braiders. They're quote gone after the braiders and made them have to go get a cosmetology license. Generally speaking, that's a skill that is really unregulated as far as, you know, the comment that I just made. Absolutely great point, Blind Guy.
Restaurant closures are unrelated and denies financial problems.
All right, cool. It's $145,000 I got to write, and this is off my back. No big deal. Give me the check.
Well, I'm not sure if you're able to get this information, but Cooks talked about on his Instagram today that credit repair business was actually illegal here in Georgia. Does he explain how he was able to run that business with a lawyer but not know that it was illegal to do?
So before, you know what? No, I'm not going to say anything. Let JT talk.
He didn't. He just said that he was unaware of that. And a part of that consent order says, hey, from now on, you have to say that I can't take Georgia clients. And so you see that posted on everything that he has.
Right. That just reminds me of Omi. Like, you talking about this lawyer.
So if you don't know, I did a video down below, I guess I can tag it, of Omi the Hellcat and the issues that he's facing. And he pretty much did as Darius Cooks says, hey, I didn't know, my lawyer didn't tell me or whatever. And we all know ignorance of the law does not excuse us of any consequences for breaking the law. So let's listen to what JT has to say.
Lawyer that you have, right? I got this lawyer and everything good. It's like, how can you, like, those two things shouldn't be able to exist in the same space. I've got a lawyer helping me run this business, which is illegal. Like, how does that work? How can you have a lawyer help you set up a business that is illegal?
Well, usually you try and get a second opinion, right? So I'm not sure if he
Great point, Azeez. Get a second opinion because lawyers don't know everything, but yes, they are the subject matter experts on the law. So again, that's not an excuse. But here we are where if you're just tuning in, we are reviewing Darius Cooks and his actions and his complaints from a accountant, an actual accountant's point of view. This is not Melissa hating this. I watch Darius. Okay. I don't buy or anything like that, but he's entertaining to a certain degree. But yes, as someone said above, he can be a little bit arrogant, which piqued my spidey senses as well. All right, here we go.
Right, like he went to the first guy. The first guy said no. He went to the second, the third. It took him 5 tries to find a lawyer to say you can do it.
Yeah, what you're about to see is basically how you actually retract or how you actually apologize for having an unsavory guest on your platform, which In Your Leisure hasn't done at all for any of their multitude of fake guru guests.
So the next thing we're going to see is how another very reputable businessman handled having Darius Cooks on his platform, and now is retracting his validity, his stamp of approval for Darius Cooks, so to speak.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Kev on stage. I want to address the Darius Cooks allegations.
Woo! I love Kev on stage. I love him, and not necessarily for his comedy, but definitely his business practice. And I personally I loved his keeping up the distance idea. He has really good ideas, is my point. He's not the funniest to me, but I like his side by sides. I don't think I could sit through his sets. Aren't that funny to me, but his side by side videos are absolutely hilarious. So this is Kev on stage after 2 years after Darius appeared on his platform.
Like most of Twitter, I found out about Darius's allegations a couple weeks ago when the Kitchenista posted receipts and screenshots, and people started speaking out and things like that. She asked me if I was going to do a follow-up interview to a show I did called Aska, where we asked him, a millionaire, about how he became a millionaire. And I told her there would be no follow-up interview. The show was aired in early 2019, April 2019, and I immediately removed the video as to not amplify his voice or cause any further confusion.
As well as restaurant, workplace malpractices.
Him looks like I was protecting him. So I want to say clearly, I do not support Darius Cooks. I believed the stuff he said, like most people. At the time of the Ask a Millionaire interview, I saw his Shopify screenshots. I saw his Dining with Darius.
Pay attention to what the accountant says about these Shopify screenshots and these revenue screenshots. Pay attention.
I saw the amount of money that he was posting, and I believed him. I didn't do any due diligence when I did Ask a Millionaire. He said he was a millionaire. He had posted receipts. I believed it. And that is my fault for having a big platform. I understand more now than ever that with this big platform, I need to be more responsible with how I share it and who I share it with. And for claims like,
it's really okay. Things happen. And you know what? It's not in the fact that he did the interview. He did the interview in good grace and with the knowledge that he had at that point. So I don't blame him for that, even him or anybody else. It's when So the onus is on Darius, okay? And the fact that if he presented himself as anything, he's the one to blame for that. And then the onus definitely, yes, it goes on Kevin when he realizes the truth.
Like that, in situations that can come up later, I should have done more diligence and more research to make sure those claims were credible, and I did not do that, and I apologize.
And obviously,
hey, one time for Kev on stage.
Yeah.
Earn Your Leisure, please take note. Earn Your Leisure, please take note. That is how it's done. That is what you do. That is how a responsible business owner, a responsible person actually takes care of making sure that, one, you're protecting your brand. Two, you are protecting the people who consume your content. That is how it's done. That doesn't seem extremely hard to do.
That's how it's done. Not through, I was just playing. That was an experiment and everything. And Tanya, you are absolutely right. Hang on to your seat. Keep watching. She says the receipts can be fake, and he's going to speak to that. That's what I expect. So anyway, Renee says, Melissa, have you ever watched American Greed? It's my second or third. Y'all watch a lot of TV, and that is one of my favorite shows to watch. I binge watch it. She says, I found amazing stories of fake accounting and business taking people money. In the reality, the people they take from are the greedy ones. Absolutely. The people that they take from are usually greedy, and they are are expecting something really quickly and really fast in return. Thanks for that comment, and keep listening, because JT will accountant JT, because I want to make sure that everyone understands, if you're just tuning in, this is not about Melissa, this is not about Azeez or anyone hating on Darius Cooks. Okay, this is from a perspective of an actual accountant giving us the real view of what business and online businesses should really reflect.
You step up to the plate and you acknowledge, hey, I don't support this person who I brought before you. That's how it's done.
You know what else is a common business practice for small businesses? And I really see it among a certain demographic, when they're like backlogged in their orders and everything. And people will go online as the business person and begin to cuss the people out and really be like, y'all pressure me to ship this stuff out. I'll get it to you when I can. And da, 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 da. Y'all do business with people like that? I can't do it. I'm just saying, I can't do it. It's not the fact that they're running late. Get on, be professional, and say, hey, something came up. There's a reason why your orders aren't coming out. I own it. If your order is late from this day to this day, I included a special gift. People, I understand that you feel like you know these people and everything that are selling these products, but me personally, for my money, you got to have a business acumen about yourself. Absolutely.
I also want to note something about Darius showing his. Okay,
no, go ahead.
I also want to know something about Darius showing his Shopify screenshots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Please note, with any type of e-commerce, online, whatever, what you see is not the final take-home payment, basically, right? So,
right. People don't understand that. So I just want to be clear. What Azeez is talking about is
accountant's point of view.
The Shopify screenshots. What that shows is the revenue. Okay, that means how much money that came in based off the sales of whatever business you had. Doesn't matter if you're selling widgets or if you're selling a service. Whenever you are selling something, you have money come in. And Shopify or any third-party payment processor, be it PayPal, if you're selling stuff through PayPal, or if you're selling stuff through Square, it doesn't matter. When they are accepting payments for you, they will give you a report. And what's going to be on that report is simply going to be the revenue, money coming in. The only real expenses that report may show is the processing fee that you pay that company. So it's kind of industry standard that when you're dealing with a credit card payment processor, that you're going to be paying them around 2.75%. That's also probably going to be an additional fee per swipe, maybe around like 10 cents, anywhere between 10 cents to 30 cents, something like that. So really, the only thing you're going to see as a deduction is going to be that fee. Maybe, but most times if you run a report, they're probably just going to show you how much money came in. So what am I saying? Your sales does not show how much money you actually made. Okay.
Y'all hear that? Because I've watched many a gurus showing you sales. And the accountant says that doesn't hold weight. That just tells you the sale.
There are, with fake gurus, there's normally the hugest part of their business expenses is the advertising, right? ClickFunnels is not free. For them to do the Google ads, the YouTube ads, the Facebook ads, the Instagram ads, for them to do all the things to actually get your attention, for them to pay to get on podcasts, for them to pay for influencers to either repost their ads or even do collabs with people who have bigger brands than them.
I don't pay for collabs. So if anybody wants to know, I don't pay for collabs. I don't pay for information or anything like that. Because the thing about it is that number one, I hold my own by myself. But the second part about that is, as far as paying for collabs is concerned, I just don't find it meaningful or even reputable, meaningful. I don't know why people would pay for a collab. Like, okay, I guess. I don't know.
All of that accounts for advertising and marketing expense. So if someone shows you some screenshot from their Shopify app that says that they had $100,000 come in one day or $1 million come in 1 month. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's revenue, but you want to actually see what did you net after your expenses, how much money did you make? And most of the time it's not much.
Good point. It's just like like those of you that have a job and gross and net, and that's what he's saying. A lot of times they're like, "Oh, I brought in $1 million in sales," and that's, I mean, I'm not trying to pee on that either. Like, that's really, really good. But the truth of the matter is, once you've gotten all those expenses out the way, can you really qualify yourself as a millionaire if your net is going to be $100,000? That's what he's saying.
Sometimes they probably actually lose money on that deal after they actually pay off all the expenses that they had. So don't be surprised by the big numbers that show up on the screenshot. And for an additional issue, some of those screenshots are fake. They'll just find a screenshot online from someone else and just crop out the name, and then all of a sudden they present that screenshot to you as if that's theirs.
All right, y'all. As Tanya said, and confirmed by the accountant, these receipts can be fake. Absolutely. So next we're going to get into the cakes. Yes, Shannon. Shannon says, I almost helped him sell those $50 pound cakes. It wasn't right. I bailed out. Yeah, I didn't get involved. I didn't purchase any cakes. I didn't want any cakes for that much. But I do know that a lot of people really got wrapped up into it. And some people said that the cakes were delicious and worth it. And other people were like, are you kidding me? Shannon also says, were any of you guys hip to selling those cakes for him? It was not right at all. We would have barely profited. No, I did not sell any of those cakes. I was not going to endorse any of that. Shannon came in and she's like, I just got here. This is shady. Yes, my friend. So if you're just tuning in or if you're catching a replay, you already read from the title. We are discussing Darius Cooks from a perspective of an actual accountant, not Melissa hating, not, because I like Darius to a certain degree. Like I said, I find him very entertaining, especially his Instagram lives. Like, listen, he can go ramble on and on. However, when it comes down to business, I am someone that likes to protect my assets. And as a result, I feel like, I know that part of my responsibility on this channel is to bring the information to you. A lot of you guys don't have any idea who Darius is. But the good news is you can apply the principles, the knowledge, and the understanding from this accountant and put it to any guru that's on the internet. Any person that's selling a product, anyone that's telling you, hey, buy this, this, this. That's what this information is. Bringing it to you live from an accountant's perspective.
I hope the world can see now what's really going on out here, because it's getting ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Yes, man. This is ridiculous, man. Ridiculous.
If you type in Darius Cooks review on YouTube, you get some interesting search results of people describing their experience with his food and recipes.
Especially because Darius Cooks blew up in the middle of the pandemic, and he has been doing these pound cakes. So many people have been reviewing.
Now, these cakes were like $50 to $60. And I heard some people, the sizes weren't consistent. This is a mess, but go ahead. That speaks for itself.
This whole thing was a setup.
Someone else says, Paris, I ordered a 7-cup cake and it was horrible. My kids will not eat the cake at all. Forever Fabulous Home Decor says, my cake was absolutely horrible. Cherry says, my cake came mold and they never.
I heard a lot of people complaining about the cakes were moldy. They said it was horrible. This person said their kid wouldn't even touch the cake. Lord have mercy.
Responded to my email. Never again. So yeah.
I don't understand why I did not see this coming. I do not understand why I did not see this coming.
So to keep things balanced, I did.
Pam says, is that the same for YouTubers showing their receipts that they make all this money per month? Yes, it can be the same thing up until they actually get paid. It's a estimated revenue. estimated price. You know, it all applies. That's why I was saying, you may not say, you know what, I don't care because I don't follow Darius. But you know what? Pick a name in your head and say, you know what? This person is acting like they're just huge millionaire and all this other stuff. Insert them in here. Okay.
Trying to find positive reviews online, videos online about Darius's cooking and recipes, and I did find one. I found a couple actually, but oftentimes the dislike to like.
So what Azeez is going into and saying, listen, I everything that I found wasn't negative. But when I did find something that was negative, I'm sorry, positive. Everything wasn't negative. He did find some positive reviews. And then he goes on to explain, but when I clicked on it, the person didn't have a first and last name. You couldn't comment under it. You couldn't, it was shady. Let's listen to what Azeez has to say. And then JT, the accountant, will come in as well.
I wish it was either disabled or in the one that I'm showing you right here, there were no comments. So I found that kind of suspicious as well. So,
all right. So what you think had happened there?
So basically, if you rewind a little bit to the last comment that you just saw there, there's his cooking and recipes, and I did find one. I found a couple actually, but oftentimes the dislike to like ratio was either disabled or in the one that I'm showing you right here, there were no comments. So I found.
So they're just rewinding like I'm trying to do and find the right spot. Y'all bear with us. Shout out to those of us that do live stream on the fly. This is live and this is what you're going to get. So if you're just tuning in, y'all, we are doing a masterful professional view of Darius Cooks and other online gurus. I already told y'all from the beginning, MJ Harris is next. I will be talking about him. So from an accountant's perspective, I have nothing against Darius. If he goes live in about an hour or so, I may click on it and sit as he's going live eating his edibles. So there's no hate over here. However, I have questioned some things that Darius has done. I have questioned some of the things. I'm about to sound like, what's his name? Repeat myself. I have questioned some things that he has done in his business practices and even how he responds to people. And as a result, I wanted to take myself out as a novice. And I wanted to give you guys a professional point of view from an accountant. Here we go.
Oh, I was not convinced that you liked it, to be honest, right here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, let me bring it up.
Okay, yeah. So my hunch
right.
was perhaps he paid this woman to make a review video eating his cake.
Allegedly.
But these people were not convinced.
Right. The people who was actually watching it was like, we don't think you actually like the cake, even though you're eating it in front of us right now. Your facial expressions is leading us to believe you don't really like this cake.
You don't really like this cake. Speaking of, hit the like button. Thank you, Royalty Queen. If you're liking my channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Right now, do it. Right now, do it. So you are tuned in with Real Talk with Melissa Berrien, and part of our Real Talk is doing a review on online internet gurus, professionals that are claiming to have all this money from an accountant's perspective. So if you like what you see on this channel, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're peeking in trying to figure out, okay, what is she talking about? There will be more content as well. Just go through, that's what it is. Real talk. So anyway, over the top. It is over the top. Over the top, WME, because I was thinking over what I was saying. But anyway, she says maybe he needed more time to perfect his recipe. That's a good point. And the thing about it is with that is when he first was rolling out those cakes, first of all, you have to know that he was baking those cakes with maybe about 4 other people. And I think, especially with his name, I think he underestimated the supply and demand. So I think the demand began to outweigh the supply as far as him being able to produce it. So it outweighed production. So when he first was sending the cakes out, I didn't really see any complaints. People were really leaving good reviews on his lives, on his Instagram, on his Facebook. They were like, great cakes, great cakes. I just thought it was weird that how could he personally be putting out all these cakes? As time went on, the quality of the cakes began to be in question, but also the production. People were like, I didn't get my cake. And he would, listen, he'd blame UPS. He'd blame your mom if he needed to, but it was never his fault. But it doesn't take an accountant and it doesn't take someone with a great business savvy to understand that the amount of revenue requests for cakes that he was getting, because he would show you, I got to get 100 cakes out by tomorrow. That's just humanly impossible when you're doing it from your kitchen. Okay, fine. He did rent out this one place, and I want to say he had 6 ovens or whatever. That's still a lot. So I think initially, in his defense, the cakes were good in the beginning, but the quality and production definitely went down. So that's a very good point. Very good point. Let's see. Let's keep watching.
So basically, like, even when it comes to like reviews online, if I can't see their first and last name, if I can't find their social media on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever, I gotta assume it's fake. Because just okay, for there's a part of it that's okay. For they want to be more discreet. They don't want to show their face, right? Or they don't want to show the client, whatever, doesn't want to show their name, whatever.
Okay.
Then you can't use that review because I can't trust it. I don't know who or what or whom.
Yeah, I mean, reviews or even comments. Like if you leave a comment on a YouTuber's channel and there's no picture in the avatar, that's one thing. But then when it has all this spam stuff behind it, there's no credibility behind that comment. And 9 times out of 10, it's a bot. And it's the same thing as what he's saying. He saw the positive reviews, but there was no first name, no last name, no username. The picture wasn't there. You click on it. There was no link to an actual place. So he's saying is he had to call that review into question.
Man, listen, people.
He about to put you on game, y'all. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Over the top WME says, Melissa, I like this type of content you're doing. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it coming from you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Listen up.
You can find someone to do anything on Fiverr. You can go to Fiverr and you can find someone.
And sadly, people are doing it. People are doing it. People will find people that they think will get them ahead. Here's the thing, especially to people that are just starting off on YouTube. I've been on YouTube for 2 years, over 2 years, being serious in and out. But it wasn't until I really got serious, meaning consistent quality, all of that wonderful stuff. But long story short, it wasn't until I was consistent, did what I needed to do for myself, okay? Because that's not what this video is about. You have to put in the work is what my point is. And JT is about to tell you. You have to put in the work. There's no shortcut. And people are looking for shortcuts. There's so many things that people are taught. If you do this, the viewers will come. If you do that. And yes, there are some things, practical things that you have to do to speak YouTube's language. However, what I'm saying is it's the gimmicks and tricks, i.e. spamming someone's comment section. You know, oh, I'm a content, people don't like that. But that's just an example. That's my soapbox. But anyway, go ahead.
To do almost anything in the world, regardless if it's probably legal or illegal. It doesn't matter. If you look hard enough on Fiverr, Upwork, whatever sites out there, you can find someone to do something online to help you out. So don't be swayed by some crazy review and stuff like that. Things, if it seems odd, you need to be scratching your head.
And is that the type of help that you want? I can say my point is 2 years later, all my hard work is so worth it. And even the hard work that I'm putting in now, I like the fact that I can see the growth, and it's honest growth instead of, gimmicks and schemes to try to get ahead and get the likes, clicks, and views. It's not worth it, y'all.
Seems like it doesn't match up with everybody else's experience, then it's probably something shady about it.
The one that I'm showing you right here, there were no comments. So I found that kind of suspicious as well. So I'm not sure. Industry plant, maybe.
So before we get into the next person who had it out with Darius, so to speak, let me get into Renee's comment. She says, Melissa, I'm so glad he touched on that because a lot of Facebook and YouTubers on this platform right away, on their platform right away, when they advertise someone's business, people start pulling our credit cards right, without no research. Oh, so basically she's saying someone will have someone on their platform and then people will start pulling out their credit cards right away without doing any research or anything. And so, you know, just know for here in my platform, I don't play. I don't play about who I have, who I highlight, who I feature for various reasons. Some very petty and some very but regardless of how petty I think they are, because production, that's what I mean when I say petty, you know. I'm not putting trash on my channel, and just because you weren't featured on my channel, I'm not saying that you're trash. That's not what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. I don't have time to explain that, but I take that very, very seriously. Who I have coming and talking, I want to make sure that these are real people there, because what obviously happens is people are going to go and try to figure out the other person's channel and what they're about. And if I put my stamp of approval on it, that means I stand by these people. And unfortunately, a lot of times in these YouTubes and Facebook streets, they don't care about that. They don't care about you guys as a consumer. No one's bringing this type. Well, I'm not going to say no one is bringing this type of content, but how many people would not bring this type of content to you guys because they would rather be featured on Darius's platform, because that will give them the likes, clicks, and views. I don't care about that. I don't care about the likes, clicks, and views. I want to make sure that we're all making sound and responsible decisions with our money, because a lot of people are selling a lot of stuff on these platforms. Some stuff, I'm not even going to lie to you, it is a search away. Some things, absolutely, these people are the resident experts on their subject, and you should pay them for their quality and their work. However, the reviews reflect it, the comments reflect it, and everything else. A lot of this stuff is just one Google search away. Or ask the person, what makes you the subject matter expert that I have to pay you and not this lawyer that I know or whatever? Okay. So over the top, I'm so glad you said that. I love her content. It's always mellow and smooth and peaceful. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what? I'm going to go back into it, into the video, but that is always a compliment for me. You know, I'm smooth like that. No, I'm just kidding. The truth of the matter is I don't like a lot of yelling, and I don't like hostility for the internet. I don't live that way in my personal life, and I also don't come to YouTube to be yelled at or to get into that space. So I like content creators that reflect myself as far as that. Now, have I watched stuff like that? Yeah. But you're going to get me for maybe about a minute or two. After that, I'm out of there. Anyway, Blind Guy says, right? The clout chasing by any means necessary. It's a trip. Yes, it is a trip. And my friends, it's not worth it to me. I would rather give you guys content on MJ, on Darius Cooks today, and risk them saying, oh, she's a hater. Knowing I'm not a hater. I just see you guys. I see what you guys and who you follow and who you're giving your money to. And I'm going to talk a little bit later about super stickers and super chats and stuff like that, because JT speaks about what's it called with the dollar sign? Cash App. JT speaks about Cash App, but I want to make a distinction with Cash App and PayPal and everything else. So let's get back into it, y'all. Thank you for all the compliments. It means the world to me. And I promise you, I will go back through and edit this video, because it got just a little bit of glitchy in it. And y'all know me. If you know, you know. But anyway, let's see what he has to say. This is the Kitchenista, I think. All right, here we go.
We have other prominent celebrity chefs calling Darius out.
So here we are talking about other chefs that are going to that have called Darius Cooks out. That's what he was saying when his video glitched. It's okay.
On his BS. There's Sonny Anderson, a prominent chef influencer
Sonny
in the culinary industry, who invited Darius onto her hit show Cooking for Real back in 2011. Back when he
Who remembers that? I completely remember this. I remember when Darius made the feature on there, and again, all of a sudden he wasn't there anymore. We as the consumers, I think that we deserve, like Darius, what happened? Well, we're going to find out.
He was an unknown Chicago food blogger, and she says the following. If you want to know the truth about why I'm outing a scammer, it's because I'm sorry. I plugged him from Blogspot Obscurity to be on my show a decade ago, and he took that opportunity and used it to scam. Period. Not an IG post, no jealousy, just remorse for giving him any light. But
once again, that is how it's done.
Look, I was just about to comment. Let's listen.
This is how you protect your brand.
Yes.
This is how you actually take responsibility of being an influencer. If there's anybody in here who's a big fan of Earn Your Leisure, or if the guys are watching right now during the replay or something, just take note. This isn't a personal shot.
No.
This is all you have to do. If you would do this, you would take a lot of heat off yourselves. Just suck it up. Realize you did something that was wrong, right? Realize that you made a mistake, and just suck it up and do this.
And a lot of times, like I said, in their defense, a lot of it has nothing to do with wrong or right. It's just the fact that I featured this person. I really thought that what they said was true. I vetted them as best I can. I didn't do a Google search, because the truth of the matter is all you have to do is put Darius Cooks' name in the doggone Google, and all his stuff will come up. But just come back and be responsible to your subscribers and tell them, hey, I messed up. That's not true. I did XYZ. Oh, y'all, side note, the water hose, the pool is being filled up. That ain't got nothing to do with what we're talking about. I just thought about the water being filled up. But anyway, let's see. We're just excited.
This is all it takes, man. This isn't, this isn't the hardest thing in the world to do. All you got to do is say, hey, man, I gave some clout to someone who obviously didn't deserve to have the clout. My bad. I just want y'all to know I'm distancing myself from it, and it is what it is. That's all
an IG post, no jealousy, just remorse for giving him any light. But arguably, the most prominent person to come forward with receipts is Angela, the Kitchenista Davis.
When you click the Darius Cooks hashtag.
Listen, this Angela Kitchenista, I won't be, for lack of a better term. She outed Darius Cooks maybe about 3-4 months ago. This was recent. And she's going to go on to explain it. But again, these are things that Darius can't say, oh, this was a long time ago. Or she just no, she brought these receipts very recently.
You'll find a number of articles accusing Darius Williams, aka Darius Cooks, of being a scammer. Yep, that's me, the Kitchenista. You're probably wondering how I got here.
A quick shout out to the Kitchenista. I did reach out to her and was hoping to have her on the show to give us some insight. She was extremely happy that we're covering this story, but her schedule just conflicted and she wasn't able to make it on with us tonight. But I did reach out to her, and she said that she was happy that we're covering the story.
Today, we are still trying to figure out what is this girl's MO. Let me say this girl with Kitchenista.
So that is Darius when he was on with Larry Reed. Okay, same thing. Okay, so that is when he was on there talking about he's a millionaire. But this was after the Kitchenista stuff. I did see that interview, and he was basically, the thing is, Darius knows how to answer questions without answering. And he was being very cryptic with his answers. And he was just like, I don't know what's wrong with that girl. It's very easy to just dismiss women as emotional balls of nothing. But the truth of the matter is this woman had receipts, text messages, and everything. Let's find out more. Oh, wait, before we find out more, shout out to Kombucha. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She gave me a super sticker of $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate her and her content. I actually adore her content, and it's something that look at me talking and y'all don't see me. And I like to describe it as something that I did not even know existed, the name of it, but she has a very interesting channel. But more importantly, she's a very beautiful person and sweet person. And thank you so much. Since I'm there, Tanya says, I saw that with her. Also a former, oh, wait, where are we at? Okay. Tanya says, I remember when Chef Carmen ATO met him at a restaurant for lunch. I said, no, a lot of people. So anyway, she goes, I just noticed that I can send super chats. You in trouble now. Oh, thank you. So yeah, y'all, check out her channel. But more importantly, she's a very sweet girl. I appreciate it. And I say girl because I'm a little bit older. I'm big sis. Okay. So anyway, let's see what we're talking about here with this kitchenista.
Well, I don't know who the girl is he's talking about because I'm 39 years old.
Come on now.
My name is Angela Davis, also known as the Kitchenista. I'm a private chef and digital cookbook author, and I live in Detroit, Michigan. In 2012, I started a food blog called The Kitchenista Diaries. If you're familiar with my Twitter feed, it's usually about recipes, food, my daughter, a little bit of shade, and lately, a lot about this guy.
And I researched, and she's obsessed with it.
Well, obsessed is the strong word. I'd say I'm passionate about exposing fraudulent food bloggers. Here's my Instagram feed. In July, I had well over 3,000 posts. 10 of them were about the allegations surrounding Darius Williams.
So what he's saying is, her Instagram account, she has thousands of posts, but only 10 about Darius. Azeez is saying, listen, if you do a search for Darius on Twitter, you'll see thousands or hundreds of threads concerning him. So who's really the obsessed one? And is what she's saying relevant? And again, I'm not bringing this content as the I can't stand Darius fan club. Absolutely not. I told y'all, especially when he's on his edibles and he's in Vegas eating, I'm right there looking. I'm just watching. But from a business practice, from a business standpoint, there are things that I have questioned about him. Absolutely. And one thing that JT does not mention is the fact that how he moves. If you watch Darius Cooks, again, I'm not in his pocket, but it just feels like the minute he gets money, he goes and spends it. Like he never has money. To me, he probably does have money in the bank. But what I'm saying is he'll make a product and he'll say, all right, y'all, here's a Darius Cooks ink pen or the crock pot or whatever. And he'll get thousands and thousands of orders. He gets the money in. Of course, it's going to reflect millions. And literally when he's done selling, he's in Costa Rica. He's in Vegas. He's in Mexico, so to speak. That's weird to me. It's very weird, but it might just be me. So let's continue.
As you'll soon see, not much has changed since 2014. In my next post, I'll explain how a viral lasagna video was a catalyst for exposing one of the biggest scammers social media has ever seen.
So they are clowning the chef who says he's a chef. And here's the thing. I don't think he's formally trained and that doesn't matter one way or another. My son is formally trained as a chef, but I'm not hating on Darius because again, there are a lot of people that are killing a lot of games, the nail game, the hair game, the this game, the that game, and don't have a piece of a license. So I'm not hating on that, but all that sugar. Okay.
Give us a little insight on what we're looking at right now.
Her detailed Twitter threads broke the floodgates as multiple people came forward describing their unsavory and unsatisfactory experience getting scammed by Mr. Darius Cooks. Get it? Cooks. Of which was...
That is one of the hashtags. If you ever, after this video, you want to go find out, you can hashtag Darius Crooks instead of Cooks. And that there's a lot of content with that as well.
Kiera Ross, a former server at one of his Atlanta restaurants.
So which one of you, I forgot which one of you mentioned the server, because earlier in the live, you were like, oh yeah, his server had issues with them also. Here's that part right here. I told y'all, hang on tight. This is some really good content. And again, if you're just joining in live, this is not the channel where I'm hating or anything like that. I like Darius. I like hi Darius. Okay. When I say hi, I mean, edibles or whatever. He cracks me up. However, again, when it comes to his business practices, I can separate the fact that I like him or like to watch his lives. But more importantly, I want to protect us as consumers who really should be helping you repair your credit, who really should be sending you cakes. And what should they have in place as they're sending you cakes? Before I even click on the rest of the video, my friends, a lot of you guys are buying products from people and you don't even know if they have Serve Safe, let alone meeting any type of health requirements. Serve Safe is the bare minimum. And we don't even find out if they have that. And I'm talking spices, juices, cakes, or anything else. Again, I'm not hating on anyone. Get your bag, but get it so that we're all protected. Because the truth of the matter is, and they're going to talk about it later again, when we talk about this PayPal versus Cash App thing, they can take your money and you really going to go through hell trying to get it back because you got a moldy cake. And another number one complaint of his, a lot of people complain about him, is that after the transaction is done, he's not answering emails. He doesn't answer emails, allegedly, is what I've seen personally. They'll go to his Instagram live, and while he's telling his story about being in Vegas or Mexico, they're like, wait a minute, what happened to my cake? And then he'll humiliate them all over again on the live. But that's neither here nor there. So let's go.
A young lady, her name is Kiara Ross, aka Jesus dropped the charges. Basically, she calls Mr. Darius Williams a con artist, and she says she was a servant at his seafood restaurant in Atlanta in 2019.
I was rooting for him in this restaurant. I was rooting for him. And here's the thing. Again, Darius is known to be a serial business creator. And so when he got to the business, to the restaurant, which did not even last 6 months, I don't even think it lasted a year. He twisted that and ignored everybody, the questions and everything surrounding that. I was rooting for him, y'all.
And basically, he got arrested for putting hands on her. And he flipped out because she basically wanted to get paid. And she had worked for almost a month and never got paid. And she was also warned to make sure she writes down all her hours and numbers and be accurate, because he shortchanged people. But she alleged that Darius Williams dragged her, baby. She basically said
this person is dramatic.
I was like, Lord have mercy. What is going on with this situation? I was like, you know, Miss Kiara Ross, aka Jesus dropped the charges, is basically saying he put pause on her, baby. I was like, Lord have mercy. And she also says there were 2 patrons in the restaurant that actually assisted her, and there were 2 sisters, and they were not going to let the situation go down like that at all and sit there, eat his food while he assaults one of his employees, allegedly,
who shed light on workplace abuse and not getting compensated for hours.
Here's the thing. I heard out of Darius's mouth personally, after this situation happened, he said on several lives, when people live streams on Instagram, he would go live after this. And I think it was to kind of deflect from people saying, hey, why'd you shut down abruptly? Because really, it was one of those where people showed up to the restaurant, closed. Okay. Mind you, this was right before the pandemic shutdown. But I heard Darius say on his live himself, this is where the arrogant piece, I forgot who said the comment about him being arrogant. A couple of you did. He was like, they can get unemployment. And I was like, but if you owe them, and then it was like, I paid them. I don't care. I paid them. So yes, he can be very arrogant, especially if you follow him online and you're trying to question him during his live stream about his business practices.
He ended up getting.
She is so dramatic. She's dramatic. She's dramatic, but she's giving us a commentary. You hear me?
Escorted off the premises by the police, and he was arrested, allegedly, and detained, but ain't no charges on him.
We also have his ex, Lee Baker, who had some stuff to get off of her chest.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think it's just important that we remember, always get things. I'm not sure exactly how maybe the Kiara Ross essentially started working with Darius. But it's always important to get everything in writing. So I'm not sure.
Listen to what JT says about this aspect. I see this with a lot of these online gurus as well. You guys will sign up for their products. You guys will sign up, even if they have a boutique, an online boutique, and they're like, oh my goodness, I'm so overwhelmed. And people meaning very well are like, I'll help you sort. I'll help you sort. You go to the people's place, you go do work, and they give you a Coke and a smile. And you're like, wait a minute. You just said if I came, you flew me in, or I walked in, or I drove there, that I will help sort, and you will shout out my channel. You will pay me and compensate me. What they're saying is all that's good, great, and wonderful. But if you don't have this stuff written down, and it sounds like Darius allegedly had a lot of business practices, even for his restaurant, that was just, because I remember one time he was on live and he was like, why are they calling me? Because there was a problem with the quality of the food or something. And he was like, why are they calling me? Guys, these aren't business people. These are just people that are out for the money. Let's keep watching.
Yeah, you got to get stuff written down, man.
All right. Again, this isn't me. This isn't Azeez. This is Pocket Watching with JT, the real accountant. Let's see what he has to say.
And all these verbal agreements, you got to, especially when we live in a world of people don't even like talking on the phone anymore. Everybody's texting. So if you've got some sort of verification that there was an agreement that you were going to do this work and you were going to get paid X amount of money if you do this work, you got to have that written down.
Have to.
Be an email. I've even seen there's enforcement on an agreement through text message.
Yeah.
So as long as it's written down, because if it's just verbal, the person can just claim they never said it. So if you're dealing with anything in business, you always have to get it through some sort of written format. It doesn't matter. Online, paper, but it's got to be written down.
Has to be. I agree 100%. And write down as much as you can. You know, when I ran my business, I even had a contingency plan for my employees, even for the people that I provided the service for. If this happens, this is what I'm responsible for doing. You are responsible for doing this. So that way, that left the question out. So if you can even bring a contingency plan in your agreements to have people come on or whatever, always get things in writing. It's something where it's something very unique that we're providing online, in that you see us every day, or if you click on our channel. And so you feel like you get to know that person or whatever. And so it's very easy to say, you know what? I want to buy a cake because she's selling cakes. Well, the truth of the matter is, they're not the people around the corner. That's not the church or whatever. These people are selling themselves as formidable businesses. So there are business practices that should be in place. And a lot of times we've seen it before with a lot of these chefs, especially, but then other people too. I mean, if you think about the Ace family and the things that they're doing with their basketball tournament, and where did that money come from? And other really large content creators that give like these $100,000 giveaways that always seem to happen to go to their friends and family. Oh, wow, Emily won. My cousin Emily, me personally. As a business person, Emily wouldn't even be allowed to be in the drawing. But that's just me and my morality. So these are very good points, my friends. Let's keep watching.
Chest as well. Given that he was bringing in a cool $500K annually, with her only getting paid about $15 per hour as compensation.
Judge, look at my face. I don't give a damn.
I want to read this point. Blind Guy, his wife, their life says that's good trouble to be in, getting financially endorsed, i.e. kombucha. Absolutely. It is a very good thing to be endorsed by a product, a service, or something like that. I think that's really, really amazing that when people do that. And, you know, the truth of the matter is no one's going to endorse a reputable business is not going to endorse someone without reputable business acumen and practices in place. So yes, hats off, shouts out, and everything else to kombucha in a positive way, because yes, I bet she can show us the right way to do it instead of just getting these online scammers and just praying for the best as a result of them shouting you out or sending you a cake that's moldy. Allegedly.
That place was a disaster zone. You understand me? And then he got the nerve to want to sell these little bunt cakes. My work.
Oh.
Right? 4 cakes we started off with. Then he added 4. So 8. Imagine you got 8 flavors of cakes to do.
So again, over the top, this goes to your point. They started off with 4 flavors, and then the flavors just kept growing. And what she's saying is pretty much what we're saying. Number one, there was just not enough people to help with the production, but also the quality.
8. And I had to teach though. There was 2 girls, them girls left. Then a guy came, I had to show him. He would come in the evening. And I would be there in the morning. When he come in, I'm still there. I don't leave the.
That's 2 people. And I don't know if you guys are underestimating Darius's reach. He has a long reach when it comes to his products. He just sold a crock pot or a slow cooker or something like that. A pressure cooker. Wine glasses. I'm telling you, when I say he puts his name on something, the amount of orders just in the chat alone, got mine, signed up for mine, hundreds of thousands. So when you consider that amount and you put that on to the cakes, and I'm telling you, he was selling some cakes for only 2 people that were baking. And then allegedly, and then a lot of the times he was claiming that he was the one baking.
7, sometimes 8 o'clock.
And if you're wondering if any of Darius Cooks Williams' businesses have been without scandal, well, let's ask the kitchenista, shall we? Number 1, we have the Cupcake Gallery. He sold.
So again, I told y'all, he is like a serial business starter-upper person. Now, again, I'm not hating on anybody that's an entrepreneur or it really, really has that entrepreneurial spirit about creating businesses. There's nothing wrong with that. But as he's creating these businesses, none of them have been without scandal. That is the point. Over the Top says he got in over his head. People don't understand. Just perfect one thing and it can make you more money than having several things. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I think in my heart of hearts, he can cook. Because I think let me tell you what he should stick to. He should stick to dining with Darius because that is what got me hooked onto him because it seemed like a vibe. Long story short, Darius travels to different cities. People buy 2 tickets at $200-$300 a pop. 16 to 18 people in this Airbnb. He has the music. He cooks for them. I don't know how many course meal. Have a good time. Pictures and go. Y'all. Who do you know? I don't know anyone else that's doing that. That's his thing. But it may perhaps doesn't give him, the money all the money that he wants. And, again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the slow cooker and all this other stuff. But my point is don't be scamming people, bottom line. Blind Guy says, like, why not go to a bakery at least? But somebody's aunt and cousin them. Exactly. I just was not spending that. I was not spending that much for a mail order cake. That was not getting reviews. And some people said it was the size of a tiny bundt cake. Somebody says it was a large bundt cake. I can't. I'm with you Over the Top. He should stick with dining with Darius and have merch surrounding that. And he has said since all of this that he will never open up a restaurant again. Probably wise. Okay, so let's finish this out. So he's going through the businesses. The question was, has he had any that haven't failed?
Failed health inspections. Groupon scam. Number 2.
Hold on. He sold fraudulent shares of the business.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to get a little bit more info on that. So, but it seems as if to me, are you saying that, he got investors, basically said, hey, you give me this money, you're going to get a percentage of the company. They gave him the money, and then they didn't get a percentage of the company. I mean, how does that work?
So basically, the company itself didn't really produce a profit. And essentially, what happened was he told them, oh, if you invest this amount, basically the same thing that a lot of figures talk about.
American greed, period. American greed. If you give me some money to start off this business or to promote this business or to make this business better, I'm going to give you money. And it sounds like allegedly he didn't have the money to give back to the investors.
Number 6, OVO Sound. Allegedly pretending to work for Drake's label and scammed new artists.
2 words. Entrepreneurship.
Number 7.
He pretended allegedly to work with Drake. Remember, y'all, the link to Azeez's video is down below. For the sake of time, I just kind of, like I said, I want to see what JT has to say.
HR career allegedly fired multiple times for setting up fake payroll companies. Number 8, cookbooks, plagiarism, fictional quotes, and stories about his grandmother. Orders not shipped. Better Business Bureau complaints. Number 9, above 701, the credit repair service that we mentioned earlier. Illegal credit repair at the federal level, plus judgment in Georgia. Number 10, dining with diarrhea. It's supposed to be dining with Darius, but I guess that's a little bit of shade.
I like this one. Quit hating on. Now this one I liked.
Dining with diarrhea. Illegal, unlicensed dinners. Future COVID super spreader events. Better Business Bureau complaints for refunds, nonsense, after canceled events. Number 11.
Okay, for that, let me explain. With dining with Darius, they're right. Before COVID, he was kind of in his groove with dining with Darius. COVID hit, he did not refund people their money. And not only did he not refund people their money, he didn't even answer as to why he wasn't refunding their money. Then after it started back up, he started dining with Darius again. So yes, it gets worse. She goes, Lord, take the wheel. It gets worse. Y'all listen. Again, to watch him cook, he's very entertaining. He's very suave or whatever. But if you have a business mindset, I'm watching from a different point of view. I'm like, this is so sketch. This is so sketch. And here's the thing. If you have 5 out of 10 complaints, I'm going to begin to look at myself and go, okay, I got to look into this. Shannon says, the greed of it all, shaking my head, and I do enjoy watching him cook. What is the beef with him and Sonny from the Food Network? So I kind of fast forwarded through that, but they had a big beef along with the Kitchenista. Same type of deal, allegedly.
Sinner Streets. Still business partner.
Oh, and so just in case you were wondering, if the bundt cakes were it, the cinnamon treats was also a deal. So again, it just kind of weirds me out how he'll sit on something, make $1 million off of it, let's say, and then he's on to the next thing. And he'll tell you, this crock pot that he just last did, not crock pot, pressure cooker, he said, this is it. Get in on this because I'm not doing this again. So what that does, that allows him to have no inventory, but he's going to have your money. In other words, once I sell this stuff to you, basically you're buying what he has in inventory. He's never without extras that's not being sold. Smart or wise or dumb.
His trademark and recipes. Number 12, comedy album. Darius
Lord, I didn't know about the comedy album.
Cooks copied routine from a friend.
Hold on.
Lord, I didn't know about that.
I'm confused on who this guy is. Is he a chef? Is he a credit repair specialist?
Exactly.
Is he also a stand-up comedian? Who is this guy?
I don't know.
I think it's one of those things where you are trying to find your way into an actual business. You do multiple businesses until one of them actually hits, and then this is a part of just like ultimately you led them to being prominent in the culinary industry.
Okay. All right, Azeez, you might have a point there. Azeez says, you know what? This was him finding his niche. I get that. And as someone that has done a lot of things and have a lot of interest and who will squirrel out of boredom if given the time. That's why I love YouTube, because it's something new every day. But I do squirrel out and I do have a lot of interest. I've taught personal trainer. I taught Zumba. I like, you name it. I've done a lot of weird and different things, that people may say, wow, I didn't know that about you. However, in teaching and doing these things, there are certain things that I did to earn money. And there are certain things that I said, I am the subject matter expert. This YouTube thing is something that I consider myself the subject matter expert in my arena. Now, that doesn't mean that I can now do this and go, you know what? I'm going to now promote myself as a professional chef cooking with Missy, because I have all these subscribers and I know that they want to see. And I know, and all it is that I just know how to cook. And I'm just going to cook. I think, what Azeez says does have some weight. Like, we could be interested in a whole lot of stuff, but this guy is all over the place. I'm telling you, he's all over the place. I'm sorry. That's just me. Blind guy, Renee says, blind guy, I totally agree with you, and just too many scammers. YouTubers, Facebook started doing this when the economy got bad with the coronavirus. The truth of the matter is, this was going on before. You know, and a lot of people don't think of it, even with YouTube videos. I think clickbait is spammy and scammy. A lot of people think it's funny. You know, if there's a skit that's not known that it's an actual skit, I think that that's scammy, but that's just me. I don't know. I'm sorry, when the economy got bad. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, when the economy got bad, I think it was exasperated, and a lot of people are like, oh my goodness, what do I need to do to earn money? And again, doing anything for likes, clicks, and views. And that's just not my mode. That's just not how I operate. I can't. But let's see what JT had to say. Again, that's just me. That's Azeez. Here's the accountant.
Come on, man.
Ooh, look what that money maker do.
Number 13.
Oh, Lord, it's 13?
Failed.
It's 13. It's probably be more, y'all. So if you're wondering, I skimmed to edit out some of the little gifts and stuff like that, but I don't watch my content when I'm doing a review ahead of time. Unless I tell you I do, but typically no.
Health inspections, accusations of assault, wage theft, credit card fraud, facing multiple tax liens, lawsuits, no valid business licenses. 14. Carolina pound cake, the one that we just saw, right? Unlicensed bakery.
This the pound cake, y'all.
Illegal shipping food out of state. That's probably why it was molded.
Illegally shipping food out of state. Unlicensed bakery. If you are the type where you don't mind getting food from people who don't have a license for their bakery, nor do they know the food shipping rules, who are you?
Moldy, there we go. Moldy, damaged, unsent cakes.
Ooh, look what that money maker do.
Number 15.
His edits crack me up.
Merchandise. Banned from Amazon for scamming and multiple payment processors. False.
How do you get banned from Amazon?
Advertising. Missing orders. Marking up cheap cookware and appliances. 85%. Sheesh. What? Allegations of looking up customer private / personal information from purchases. That's hashtag Darius Cooks legacy so far. Oops, another one. 16. Asking what happened to the Black Food Network. Darius Cooks.
Okay, just in case, because I know he has a really thick accent. We're up to 16 businesses. And with again, there's nothing wrong with having businesses and trying to figure it out. Not saying that at all. But without scandal, that's a problem. And right now, he's talking about a network that Darius was alleged to have wanted to start.
Finished upon a Black woman's trademark for that one too.
He said they took a Black woman's trademark for that.
Now. How many scams is too many? Let's say only 5 of them are true. Let's say only 5 or 3. Is that not too much?
Yes.
We have the tapes. We have the information.
1 is too much, to be honest. But 16 different allegations.
Now,
before I let JT speak, this is my opinion as the novice on the set. The problem again, and the reason why I wanted to highlight this is because so much of this is going on YouTube. We have to make sure that the people that we're buying these products from, hey, I want to help you grow your YouTube. Send me $50. Hey, let me cancel your credit. Let me do this. You have to make sure that, number one, these people are really, really knowledgeable and have the educational or knowledge backing to back what the service that they're saying that they can provide. And a lot of not only do they have the knowledge, because he may really know all of this stuff, but the truth of the matter is, do a simple Google search and see what comes up on these gurus. And you may find out that your person that you're sending all this money to for their master classes are scamming you. And I don't want you to be scammed. That's the whole point of this video. I don't want you to be scammed out your money. Okay?
All of these allegations were public allegations at the time that he was brought on the platform of Earn Your Leisure.
Yes.
Right? Like these aren't things that came out after his interview. These are things that were well established before they brought him on.
2 months before.
2 months before they come on, y'all.
So 2 months before they were on Earn Your Leisure's podcast show, all of this stuff was known about Darius Cooks. Now, I don't know about anybody else. I can only speak for myself, but I know for me and my brand, if it was something where someone was going to be allowed on my platform to sell something or to promote something, I would have to make sure that they have way better business practices than this guy. Okay. Blind Guy and his wife says, I'm over here laughing at the way Melissa is answering them in the video, like they're talking directly to her. It's funny because I'm thinking the same stuff at the same time. Shout out to you, Quita. You know how I do. Listen, if you like this channel, y'all, this is what we do over here. I have mature conversations. This grown folk talk over here. And with grown folk talk, I want to make sure that we're entertained. Sometimes we're crying, sometimes we're educated, but sometimes it's straight up foolishness. And I know that a lot of us look at the MJ Harrises, the Darius Cooks, and the different ones, and a lot of times you guys are just funneling money to these people who claim to be gurus and financial gurus and everything else. And I wanted to bring this information to you, not from just me, but from an accountant. Renee says, thank you, Blind Guy. That's why I love the grown-up stuff, the grown-up love over here. Yes. Thank y'all. It's such a compliment. And Lisa's like, yes. So let me go back to finish talking to these guys.
Come here. Oh, come on. Gail, the super moderator, Gail, is letting me know that we have over 500 people.
I don't have over 500 people, but I have 18 people in the chat. I'm going to pause this video to make sure you hit the like button. 19 people. Can I get more? Can I get more? And those of you that are catching the replay, he is just literally going on to say, hit that like button on this video. See, y'all, this is not just a smaller YouTube channel thing. Even the larger YouTubers want you to hit the like button. It helps us out so much.
Watching the video right now, but yet we only have 212 likes. People, listen. If y'all want this show to be able to continue to grow, so I can continue to bring on people like my brother Azeez, so that we can continue to expose these alleged scammers.
Right.
I need y'all to participate in the show, right?
Participate in Melissa's show. Hit the like button.
Just hit the like button. That's the easiest. That's the easiest thing. We're not asking you to buy a $5,000 scam course.
Listen, but I can make one up for you if that's what y'all rolling with. I definitely, because I'm a good writer. I know I can make a course and sound good, and y'all know my commercials are just on point. Speaking of which, if you're liking my channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Right now, do it. Right now, do it. Y'all listen to JT. Listen to Miss B. Hit the like button. And you know what? Share. But don't share this one. After this live, I'm going to take it down because there's some music that I don't know what's going on with that. So I just want to take a few things out. But the meat of this will definitely still be here. Okay? So, yeah.
We're asking you to click the like button. That's it. There's over 500 people watching. All you got to do is hit the like button. That's it. We're not asking you to do anything crazy. We're not asking you to eat a moldy old cake. We're not doing none of that. We're not telling you that we're going to fix your credit.
Nope.
Right? All we're saying is
I have 3 cakes in my repertoire. That's it. I'm not a baker, but I can cook. So no, you will not get that. I am just saying, just as JT said, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. And most of all, y'all know I love the interaction. Pamela Clara says, I love this. I love this too. Thank you. And I love you for always showing up with your beautiful smile and full of support. Thank you guys so much. I don't take it lightly at all.
hit the damn like button. That's it. That's all y'all got to do.
We gotta fight. Hey man, just a friendly reminder, okay? Influencers are not your friend. It's a parasocial relationship. You know them.
All right, listen to this part. Jenny says, Melissa, I love your demeanor. Oh, thank you, Jenny Moore. 6913. Appreciate it. So, y'all, here's the important part. Thank you so much, Jenny. I really appreciate it. Here's the important part. Remember, because as a social media content creator, we get super chats. I get super stickers, but I also get what is it? Not Snapchats. What is the thing called with the $? Jeez, my brain is going. Cash apps. Jeez. It is what it is, friends. This mature conversations. I may have a senior moment because I'm not having baby brain. So it must be like a little baby senior moment. But anyway, cash apps. He's gonna talk about this. And stay tuned because I want to make a, you know what? Let me say this. He's speaking to people who are cash apping business owners. I'll say it first. He's speaking to people who send cash apps to business owners for courses, services, stuff like that. Those businesses should perform and have a actual business plan and financial ways to get the money and different things like that. And JT's going to say that should not include Cash App. Now, as it pertains, and I'm not just saying this, it's not like my Cash App is overflowing to the point where I'm pandering right now. No, what I'm saying is I look at content creators as a different, just straight content, what I'm doing. I think that's a different playing field than me saying, hey, sign up for this course, do this, do that. As a content creator, I look at that a lot as, you guys ever go to a black church? It's the only thing I could think of. Stripper. Okay. Black church or strip club. In both of those arenas, when someone is performing and they are performing well, or they are preaching and they are preaching very well, and you like what they're saying, the customary thing to do is to go up and make it rain. Or for the preacher, you go up and a lot of people, they place money on the altar. Okay. Placing money on the altar of your content creator looks like what? Snapchats, buy me a call. Not Jesus. Why am I saying Snapchat? Because it's got the same logo. Well, one's green. Cash apps, super chats, super stickers, buy me a coffee, and different things like that. I don't think personally that there's anything wrong with sending your favorite content creator a Cash App. That's not what he's talking about. Like, girl, you talking right in this video, Melissa. What's your Cash App? He's not talking about that. He's talking about people that are selling themselves as these business people to be able to fix your credit, tap dance for free, learn how to tap dance and all of that. Because in essence, me as a content creator, my service is my creativity, whatever that looks like for me. So as you're watching this next part, think of your favorite millionaire guru or your favorite chef person or whatever that's asking you to send all this money without accountability versus someone like me, buy me a coffee, which I don't know, y'all, my buy me a coffee is tripping, but that's neither here nor there. I do have super chats. I do have super stickers, and you can Cash App me. Totally different. We're talking about exchange of products and services. Let's keep watching.
They don't really know you. They don't really care about you like that, you know?
That's not true. So what he said was online creators or whatever, your online gurus or whatever, they don't care about you. They don't know you. They don't care about you. That's not true. Those of you that are on my channel and you come in and you show support, I care about you. And I create content with you in mind. So don't believe that. Now, that's not true. Now, these scammers, they don't care about you. They don't care. You're just $1.
Always pay for stuff with a credit card or PayPal.
Hey, this is great advice.
Cash App anybody that you don't know in person or can't talk to in person, right? PayPal, credit card. No Cash App, no e-transfer.
This is such great advice, bro. I mean, people don't understand that you could be saving lives with this advice, right?
It was really good. It's really good advice. Let's listen.
When you are dealing with people online, right? People who you think you know because you follow them online, you follow their Instagram stories, and it feels like you just know these people and they're your personal friends. They are not your friends, okay? They may
Not my
be
friends.
friendly, seeing it online, but they are not your friends.
Some of y'all my friends.
Do not cash app people for business transactions.
Did you hear what he just said? Do not cash app people for business transactions. When you're blessing your favorite content creator, thank you, Kombucha, like she just did. That's something totally different. She gets nothing in return. Out of sheer genuine love for her content, I give her a shout out. But that's not why she did that. That's not why even my husband sends me super chats. Okay. And sometimes I laugh because I'm like, honey, you could have just gave me that because YouTube's going to take however much percent. And he laughs. He don't care. But these business people that are saying that they're business people, be very, very careful. Okay. And the other part, here's the other thing. If you see a content creator or a business person or whatever, and no one in their personal circle can vouch for them. For an example, in my chat, there is always at least 3 people that know me personally. My husband's either watching, his cousin, my mom. I have a whole list of people. A lot of times you guys connect with people and sending them all this money and all this other stuff, and you don't have any validity to really believe that they are living where they say that they live. Google, I pretended to be a millionaire. YouTube search, or even Instagram. People are doing these type of things because they know that a lot of it is what you guys are. You guys are easily tricked, period. And I wanted to bring this content to you guys, not to get in Darius's bag, because he gets in his own bag, child. He don't need me to say anything to destroy his bag. Darius does enough on his own. However, I want to make sure that we're all sowing our money, because that's what you're doing, into good ground, into good people, period. The end. Let's go.
Right? Go through PayPal, go through your credit card, go through some sort of payment vehicle where if there pops up some sort of disagreement, some allegations of fraud, if you do not get what you paid for, you can't get a refund from Cash App. You go.
Do you hear what he's saying, friends? We've seen this time and time again with certain creators that say that they're going to give this. You buy the dress, you buy the spices, you buy the juice, you buy the creams, you buy this, you buy that. If they decide not to give you your product, you cannot get the accountant says you cannot get a refund. Again, this is not the same as those of us that are providing entertainment and knowledge or whatever through our creations here online. That's different because y'all are blessing me. Every Cash App, every super sticker and everything is just another flag saying, Melissa, atta girl, keep going. You're doing amazing. None of that says, I just super chatted you, so now you owe me, blah, 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 blah. Because you won't get that here on this channel. Period. Period, point blank. Now you'll get a thank you, you'll get whatever. And if I feel like highlighting your channel as a result of that or included in that, not as a result, but included in that, that's a different story. But listen to the accountant. Blind Guy says, so many of us are easily tricked. So many of us are easily tricked. And I knew that, and I know that. And my mom and I have this conversation about Darius on the side. Darius in Mexico again. That thing be so funny to me. But how cute. Y'all listen. I watch this child. She's a child because I feel like she's younger than me. I was not expecting you a cold, cute conversation. Thank you for the super chat because I love your content. Now, again, just when I was saying what I was saying, y'all probably like, oh, it's a setup. Well, y'all, it was not a setup. She came in right at the right time. But speaking of coming in at the right time, I love her reactions. And I love the premise of her videos with the avatar and everything. So shout out to you. Thank you for the super chat. But anyway, But anyway, but thank you so much for stopping by. I think this is my first time seeing you here. Thank you so much. But again, y'all, it's never attached to something else when you're giving to your favorite content creator. Who JT is talking about is actual people that are posing as business owners on this internet. You don't do business that way, friends. Is there a legal recourse if you don't receive the product? Better Business Bureau, and I think he's going to talk about it here. Let's see what he says first.
Go through either a credit card where you can make some sort of complaint or PayPal where you can make a complaint. Don't just cash app them money.
So what he's saying is, Pam, if you go through Cash App and you said that you got a product, Cash App does not give refunds from what I understand, or it's like hell getting your money back because that's instant. PayPal and the rest of them are instant as well, but it seems like they have, number one, have more skin in the game. They've been in it for longer, so they probably have worked out kinks when you're reporting fraud and stuff like that. So I think to avoid all of that, just do business through PayPal and the other one that let's listen.
Like they're your cousin or your sister who needs to borrow $80, right? This is supposed to be a business. If you're dealing with a business, it should be a business transaction, people.
Period. If you're dealing with the business, it should be a business transaction. Again, disclaimer. If I send Blind Guy his wife their life, I'm on their live and I send them a super chat, I expect nothing from them in return. I send them Cash App. It's to just say, keep it going, add a girl. Y'all are killing the game. That's what that is. But when you're dealing with someone that's promoting a product, promoting business, promoting a service, I'm going to do this for you. The accountant says, be leery if they're doing it through Cash App.
Speaking of,
come on.
Speaking of giving people money or sending money, right? Mm-hmm. Based on my experience, you never, ever give out money that you're not willing to lose, right?
Period. Again, thick accent, Azeez. Never ever give money to anyone, and that is our rule of thumb as a spouse, as a couple. Do not give money that you cannot stand to lose. That's a good business practice that my mom taught that to me from here.
That you're not going to get the money back, and
right?
You'll be at peace.
Period.
Right. Right. I mean, straight up. I mean, you feel like it's not gonna happen. Like it's basically a donation. But honestly, if your mindset is that you're dealing with a business,
okay,
they're offering you a product or a service, you need to make sure that they are operating like a business. Don't Cash App them. Go through some sort of PayPal, some sort of system where there are checks and balances. There is no checks and balances with Cash App. You can accidentally give someone on Cash App $1,000. You can call up Cash App. Well, I don't even think they got a number. I think you got an email. They don't even have
Cash App don't even have a number. Okay,
they don't even have a customer service line with Cash App. You have to email them and pray to God that someone emails you back. You're not getting that money back. It doesn't matter. You're not getting that money back. So please, for the love of God, do not send money to strangers online. That's who these influencers are. They're strangers online. Just because you know their name and you've seen them party at a club because they show you their stories or you see them playing with their kid, they're still strangers online. Don't just throw away your money, people.
Period. And that's why I think content creators like myself is a little bit different. I look at your Cash Apps, your super chats, your super stickers are, like I said, those are atta girls. Those are high fives. Those are that you're not asking me for anything. There's no business transaction, so to speak, that happens as a result of that. He's talking about these gurus that are selling you their millionaire dreams and all this stuff. Just sign up and I'm going to show you the way. All right, friends, you're hearing it from an actual accountant.
No Zelle, none of that other stuff. Those types of apps don't have a refund policy or some type of way for you to actually get your money back. Now, we could very well conclude the video here. But where would be the fun in that? Let's head over to the Better Business Bureau to see Wagwan.
Oh Lord, over the top WME. They going to the business, Better Business Bureau. Girl, are we ready for this? Are we even ready? Blind guy, are we ready? Hey, what the funk is this? How you doing? Good to see you. He says that's my motto. It's the best way to give money. Give it like you don't need it back. I'm telling you. Don't give it if you need it.
Over there. All right, a brief look, and you'll see over 41 complaints. And that's just the people that actually took the time to voice.
Over 41 complaints. That is not somebody that I will feature on my platform promoting their cakes and dining with Darius or anything else like that. But you guys be the judge.
It is pleasure. You know those ones where you might buy something online, but because you're too lazy or you're too busy, you just end up keeping the product because, you know, and then you don't get a refund. Definitely more than 41 people have been scammed by Mr. Darius Cooks.
More than 41 people. Before I get into that, shout out to Pamela Claire. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I really, really appreciate it. You guys know that I don't take this lightly at all. Number one, that's why I'm bringing this content to you, because you know what? Someone could be like, oh, she's spilling the game. You're absolutely right. I do not want myself or my people scammed in any way, and I see it every day. I see people, all they do, some people go on live and they don't even do anything. And people, for whatever reason, they're just sewing. People give these sad stories or whatever. I ain't even gonna lie. We're on the market for our daughter's second car. I said, well, hell, if it's that easy, let's have a baby girl wants another car campaign. And the truth of the matter is, I've seen it. And there's nothing wrong with that, but just be careful of where you're sowing your money. That's all I'm saying. Thank you again, Pamela. I really appreciate you. I love when you come to my lives and show up and show out with your comments and everything. You don't say much, but when you do, it'd be a good comment. Anyway, let's finish. Almost done. I'm way over time.
June 15th. On March 29th, 2021, I placed an order with Darius Cooks, LLC, for 2 physical cookbooks. On April 6, 2021, I received a notification that a shipping label had been created. A month went by, and
I hear this so much. People will come in his live and they're like, Darius, I got the confirmation that the label was created, but I didn't get the next confirmation saying it was shipped. And boy, oh boy, Darius will go off on his live. You need to read your emails. Are you sure? Da, 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 da. And then he'll go back and say, it was an ebook.
I emailed the business to ask the whereabouts of my order, and I received no response. They hadn't received the items. On May 19th.
This video went a little bit longer than I anticipated, but I know that you guys, just judging by the comment section, y'all are here for it. So I don't mind streaming long, but it has to be of substance. And this is really of substance. So leave me a gold star if you think this is of substance and the 2 hours were worth it. Let's see.
For these things, man. I mean, just because you happen to Google someone's name and they pop up in all these articles. Here's the thing. This is what I want people to do. When you see, listen, when you see an article and it's like on Forbes or Yahoo Finance or whatever, this is what I want y'all to do. When y'all see that article and you see a bunch of different articles, I want you to take the time just to read the first couple of paragraphs of the article.
Okay.
And see if it's the exact same article on all these different platforms. Because here's the thing.
What?
The same writer doesn't work for all these different platforms.
No.
This is not a real article. It's a press release. That's why
Stop.
it's the same exact freaking article for all these different companies. They can't just write the same identical article. What they're doing is there is a press release company. There's a bunch of different companies where if you pay.
Lord, I'm learning something new. I knew about press releases, but I didn't know that there was just this blanket thing to kind of have this press release to try to make people be validated in what they're doing. I cannot.
Pay them money. You write up whatever you want to write up your story to be. They will pay, and they'll be the middleman to make sure that all these different platforms that you know of, Yahoo Finance, Forbes, online, a bunch of other different places. They will show the story, but if you actually look at it, it'll say that this is a press release. That means they paid.
Child, we can end the video right there.
To get that content on. That means you really don't take it seriously. It's just
Teresa says, please touch on Mr. MJ Harris. Oh, he's next, sis. Oh, he's next.
Basically an advertisement. That's it.
Wow.
Usually one of my things I usually do when I'm searching up somebody is I'll add Reddit to their name, right?
So here's where the video pretty much ends. Azeez is giving y'all some content, and he's giving you a tip that I like to do. If you don't know what Reddit is, Reddit, Reddit, is kind of like underground Google. And what he's saying here at this portion is how he does his research is he'll type in Darius Cooks Reddit, and everything known to man will come up on that and on that person. Blind guy say, so this what we doing? This is what we doing. This is what we doing. Yes, blind guy, tell you every time that gets me. Blind guy, his wife, their life. This is what we're doing. Thank you for the super chat. $10. Thank you so much. Y'all are too much. Thank you. I don't take it lightly when it comes down to people and their money. That's how come I wanted to do this video. Melissa, why are you doing this video? This is why. When I saw that Pocket Watching with JT did this video, I was like, Darius, a lot of people don't know. Because I was curious to see a professional's point of view on Darius, because like I said, my mom and we talk all the time. I know what I think about Darius, but I'm a novice when it comes, that's not my expertise. Okay. So I'm just saying.
Good trick. Yes.
Yeah. Jay Morrison, Reddit, or anybody, add Reddit to their name, or whatever they're teaching you, add Reddit. You saturate the market, you increase your overall ad expenditure. Why would I tell people, oh, I'm making this amount of money? Now I have 5,000, 10,000 people watching me, following the exact same method, going to the exact same method,
So the part that they're talking about now is, why am I going to give you my secrets and now you become my competitor? And JT's going to explain it. He said the reason why they do it is the methods either aren't real or they are outdated. So now they're willing to, quote, sell them. Listen.
Doing the exact same ad spend, which will only increase what I'm going to do, increasing my expenses. Why?
Right. That's such great logical thinking. People, there's no real such thing as millionaire coaches. Millionaire coaches do not exist. People who develop some sort of industry advantage, right? So in econ, what we refer to it as a competitive advantage.
Right.
Your competitive advantage is what sets you apart from all your competition. You have something that makes you different from everybody else, and that something gives you an edge. And because you have that edge, you're able to be successful in the marketplace, right? So we refer to that as your competitive advantage.
Okay.
There's no such thing as someone finding a competitive advantage in the marketplace and then selling that competitive advantage to potential competition. That doesn't exist. Now, there is a such thing as maybe you would sell your overall business and you exit out of the business. Now, that's one thing.
Right.
There's no such thing as millionaire coaches. It's all a scam. It's all a scam.
That's where I'm gonna end. It's all a scam. I'm just saying. So anyway, you've watched up until this point. Shout out to Miss B Finesse who stopped by. She said, thank you stopping by to show support. Thank you. Teresa says, please touch on Mr. MJ Harris. Like I said, he is next. Last but not least, are you tired of people just having issues with our hair, ladies? Why is our hair such a conversation that everybody want to have a conversation about, but conversation as they petting it and touching it? Well, here's the thing. Join me tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 4 o'clock Greater Mountain Time. We're going to have the conversation. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to unpack some myths and truths about our hair, but also the way our hair is perceived in our relationships. And that's platonic as well as love relationships and career relationships. And that's just the bottom line. We're about to discuss some things, period. But I'll see y'all tomorrow on that. Same here, Miss Beefiness. Love, love, love this content. Oh, Coles, I didn't even know you knew about me, girl. Shout out. I'll be all on your channel. This is so cute. The 922. Yes, yes. You're right, Melissa. All about the Benjamins. You're not selling a project. You're feeding and sharing knowledge. You know what? On that note, I'm going to end.